Hey everybody, I'm Matthew Graves,
I'm Nathaniel Goody.
I am Jacob Smith.
and today we're going to talk to you a little bit about engine air pollution, some of the emissions that come from engines and automobiles, and the industrial system, ways that they are reduced and ways that they can be further reduced.
Alright, one of the first mechanisms that we kind of talked about is the catalytic converters, which kind of got brought into the site by researchers in the 1950s. And then further along from that, they kind of saw that the smog in some of the bigger cities would just like leave this gloom over all the cities with the smoke and stuff. So in 1975, they had the first generation catalytic converter, and it aimed to reduce hydrocarbons, carbon monoxide, and nitrogen oxide. And these converters show that 90% of reduction in the harmful gases. And compared to cars in the 1960s to cars nowadays, it shows a 98% to a 99% cleaner exhaust through the tailpipes after applying the new emission control devices. And the mechanism by which catalytic converter succeeds in the emission reduction is through high heat, filtration, and a reduction oxidation chemical reaction. As you can see on that side, it goes in as some gases, goes through all the chemical reactions and leaves as either water in the form of steam, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen, which is way more sustainable for the environment.
So kind of piggybacking off of what Jacob said, in terms of emissions, engines tend to put out a lot with all the vehicles that are on the road. Limiting them is very difficult, but one of the ways we can do it is alternative engine design. A few ways of alternative engines are electric. You have like the Tesla that is completely battery powered, or you have the hydrogen powered like Toyota's prototype that they made in 2021. Hydrogen gets put in kind of as a replacement for gas and then mixes here in the fuel cell with oxygen to produce electricity and water to power the motor that is back here to drive the wheels. Electric isn't as, it's more efficient in terms of emission reduction, but when it comes to, going to refill, typically like a Tesla has a longer hour and a half wait time on a recharge than going to the gas station and filling up in 5 minutes. You also look at hybrid vehicles that are electric and gas, so they take the electricity from the braking and coasting and convert that into power at low speeds or just when you're coasting to power the vehicle, and then gas is used when there's more power needed to the vehicle and to get you going quicker. Between hybrid and electric, you have about a 60% emission reduction. And another plus of the alternative engine designs like these is that they're more fuel efficient, meaning you can typically go further per fill up than a gasoline vehicle.
Another way we can reduce emissions is low emission fuels. One of these low emission fuels is ethanol, which is cornstarch mixed with gasoline. These produce lower emissions on average than gasoline. However, they produce less energy, so based on how much you would normally drive in a week, you would have to buy more gallons of ethanol than you would have to buy for gasoline. So it's not very cost efficient in the long run, but it does lower emissions. Another one is biodiesel, which is created from vegetable oils, animal fats, and cooking grease. Now this one lowers emissions because while it does create carbon, that is lessened and controlled by the fact that we also have to grow more plants, which would consume more carbon in order to make this fuel. So while the carbon emissions would be made, it would also be consumed by making the fuel as a whole. This is a better result, however, it's a lot more costly. The Department of Energy actually stated that it cost $5.30 per gallon as opposed to the $3.30 a gallon that we have for gasoline today. So again, while it does lower emissions, the cost is a bit more extensive than that of gasoline. So we're still a bit away from using low emission fuels all around America.
And with that, that's our presentation on air pollutants in terms of engines and the combustion engine and then alternative designs.
Thank you for watching.